Back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee. Our next guest is the founder and CEO of Being Special NYC. She joins us today to share more about her work to advocate for students with special needs. We welcome Hazel Adams Shango to the show.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Educators, we love educators. You're a special person. You're bringing, you're just giving a whole lot to create the awareness and bring people to a certain point.
Definitely. We're all special, and thus my new website, BeingSpecialNYC.com.
Yes.
After parenting for 28 years, 3 great kids who've all graduated from New York City public high schools and are on to college, and also working for the New York City Department of Education as a parent engagement officer and enrollment officer. I've combined those 2 experiences to create something new for parents here in New York City, a one-stop resource.
One-stop resource.
Exactly,
Whoa.
exactly.
Sandra? I'm Robin. And Sandra, we need to get her in the book.
Thank you.
But listen, it's a special thing. You didn't take no mess being a parent and an educator.
It was a challenging situation, a single working mom, and also part of the public education system. I still had to work twice as hard to get my children to the schools and the outcomes that we really wanted and desired.
How were you inspired to get involved in this type of organization?
Actually, all 3 of my children had what I call not necessarily special needs, but special gifts and talents.
Yes.
And I was forced to identify local and community resources that could help enhance their educational situation. Of course, when children are identified with special needs, they are given, in some cases, an individualized education plan, what parents refer to as an IEP. But the school system can't do everything. Right. We have to get involved at the community level and finding enrichment programs. So as a single parent, I was always looking for free or low cost or no cost programming, which I've found over the last 28 years, hundreds of programs, even here in the Bronx, that really help and propel students forward, whether they have general or special education needs.
Yeah. So parents with special education children can come to your organization. You can just shed the light on the whole thing.
Absolutely. They can go to the website, BeingSpecialNYC.com, and they can contact us via email. I meet with parents one-to-one via Skype, telephone, or face-to-face, and we do an initial interview, and then I work through what I call a parent action plan that they can use for the current school year and actually school years to come. I teach parents how to advocate effectively for their children in the New York City public school system.
Everyone should learn like this. I mean,
absolutely.
Everyone's special.
Absolutely.
Now, you got parents that don't really get involved in their child's education, and you just described to me a way that the parent has to be involved.
You must be involved, and I just sent the youngest of my 3 children off to college last month.
Oh,
she's going into the field of nursing, and I had a moment to reflect and just really breathe and say, wow, I did that.
Wow.
I sent 3 kids to college, and I accessed everything that we needed to access, scholarships, tutoring, special programming, and all kids who were thought, because they had special needs, that perhaps they wouldn't make that college goal, they wouldn't make that career goal. I have 2 young men that are in computer programming, and my daughter's going again into the School of Nursing.
Could I just shake your hand and give you a high five and then a hug
Thank
after?
you very much, very much.
Yes, this is wonderful.
Yes.
Now, there are different ways to educate today, right?
Absolutely.
Talk about the standards versus the curriculum.
Well, one thing that we will be talking about, we're having a parent boot camp, Lehman College, on Saturday, October 18th at 9 a.m. And part of that parent boot camp seminar one of the topics we'll be discussing are Common Core standards, which are relatively new to most public school parents.
You don't hear it. You don't hear people talking about Common Core.
You don't hear?
What the heck is Common Core?
And actually, one thing that we will be going through over at the seminar, you really need to understand, in layman's terms, the history of public education in the United States. We are actually, the Common Core is an effort to move toward a national curriculum system, very similar to what they have in Europe, in France,
Japan, Singapore.
So, and it really is helpful here in the United States because we have a lot of student mobility, a lot of families moving around from state to state because of employment or lack of job resources in a particular area. So if I have a 7th grade child who's moving from Georgia to New York City, in the month of November. Under the Common Core standards, we'll have more of an opportunity for that 7th grader not to be left behind.
Right.
They'll actually be studying in science in 7th grade in November, microbes. We were doing that in Georgia, we're doing it in New York, and we want to be able to do it in California and all the other states.
So this stems from the Bush administration, Leave No Child Behind?
And even going back further to the early 1990s.
And Obama just modified a lot of it.
Each president comes along and modifies, whether it's Individuals for Disabilities Education Act, whether it's No Child Left Behind, and now we have better public school choice options, and now with Common Core. The United States...
Some people are calling it Obama Core.
No, we need to call all acts of legislation and all movements in education what they actually are. And the federal government has been making this move towards a national curriculum movement since the early 1990s.
Tell us about that parent boot camp.
Yes, we're excited about that. Saturday, October 18th, here at Lehman College in the faculty dining hall. We'll begin at 9 a.m. We'll have a continental breakfast. I'm offering a 3-part seminar lecture, just orientating parents to the New York City public school system. I know if you have an 8th grader, you have high school application process coming up this year. If you are a 5th grade parent, you have the middle school application process coming up this year. And so many things have changed, and I'm going to help parents navigate that application process. During that morning conference, we'll be talking about special education issues, and I'll have an extended question and answer session where we can share information and parents can network. We can get a lot of questions answered for this school year.
How important is that to share that knowledge on the topics that you described?
The knowledge sharing and the parent networking is core. That's how I was able to negotiate and navigate through the public school system for my own 3 children. We have to begin to share our knowledge so that we can have progressive outcomes for our kids.
We got to come and see you. How can we obtain your information?
Actually, you can come to the website. Please visit the website at BeingSpecialNYC.com. I can be reached via telephone 347-427-0828. And of course, our Saturday, October 18th, Parent Boot Camp.
That's going to be the spot, right? It's going to be at the
here, Lehman College Faculty Dining Hall. So we're looking forward to it.
And how do you get people involved? How should we do? What do you want us to do?
Basically, I want you to keep having other guests discussing and talking about relevant issues in New York City public education. I'd like to have me back. And after the conference, so we can kind of share some of the outcomes from the seminar and just keep parents informed and encouraged. We can do this together, and your child can have a better tomorrow starting today.
Starting today, I like it. All right, BeingSpecialNYC.com. Right?
Absolutely.
BeingSpecialNYC.com. Hazel Adams Shango, give her a big round of applause. Founder, CEO, Being Special NYC. We love you. A wealth of information. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Open after this.